Hi, this is Jack Westman for ESEA here in Jönköping, Sweden for DreamHack Winter 2012. Joining me is Robin Fifflaren Johansson from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Firstly, welcome to DreamHack. Ninjas in Pyjamas, by the way, have just won their group 3-0, undefeated. How does it feel to be playing on home turf?
It feels great. I mean, I've only attended DreamHack once before, and that was during the Source times. Yeah. It wasn't really that great. We didn't get to play for third and fourth place. They just put it aside. But they seem to have, learned from their mistakes, and just look at the event now. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, well, it's definitely pretty huge. Is it an advantage for you guys playing here in Sweden? Because well, you still won ESWC 2 weeks ago back in Paris, but I mean, is it just nice to be playing in Sweden?
It's less of a travel time, but but I think it's the same. Like just think about the shoutcasters later on. If we get to play on stage, it's going to be shoutcasting in English, so it's not like Swedish soil benefits us in a way.
Right.
But it's always nice to play in Sweden. I mean, we have a lot of friends here that's attending the event, and it's just nice in general.
Okay, sure. Right, let's talk a little bit about the tournament. So you guys have just won your group. Some people called it the group of death. You had ESEA, Fnatic and Mousesports, the UK version of Mousesports. You had a close game against Mousesports, actually, 16-14. Was the group as bad as you thought it was going to be, or was it as expected? Did you expect to get 3-0? Was it fine, really?
Well, we haven't really played against Fnatic, and I mean, they've only been playing for roughly 7 days. And the Mousesports, we know that they're great at events, so we knew that game would be really hard. They played really well against us. I mean, 16-14, not taking anything against them. I think they're going to go far in the tournament.
Yeah.
As far as ESC, I think it's a shame. I know that they've been playing a lot, been boot camping and everything. So I'm a bit sad for them because they're out of the tournament, and I know that they put down a lot of hours to come here and compete and then get thrown off so early, but. Yeah. I hope that they keep playing. As far as Fnatic, they played okay. I think they're playing recent or pretty even against Mousesports now as well. So we'll see who's going to be a runner-up.
Yeah, it's a shame ESEA can't really get it together. Okay, so were you surprised that Mousesports, of all the teams, because were they on your radar coming into the event? Because it's quite unusual for teams in this winning streak you guys have been on. 16-14 is a bit of an anomaly, right? So if I can get the word out. Were you surprised that Mousesports put up such a fight, or did you expect them to be good coming in? What really not went wrong in that game, but how do you think they got it so close?
Well, they won the last Source event, which was in April over in Copenhagen. Yeah. So I mean, we know that they're a great team, and we also know that they don't really put down a lot of hours. Yeah. Just looking at our results, they don't really need to. So we knew that it was going to be hard, especially we haven't played them before. So it's always harder to play a team that you've never played before, especially when they haven't been on LAN or whatever in CSGO. So we knew that it was going to be hard. As far as the score, they played really well. We had a really good CT side, and then we just let T-rounds fly away. But it's fine. Like it's nice to have tough games as well. Yeah. We don't like it to just go into tournaments and winning like 16-6, 16-8. Yeah. It's always nice, and it gets us motivated as well to play even better. So yeah, I think they're gonna go far.
Okay. Okay, so you have advanced from the group stage, though, 3-0. Who do you think your big threats are going forwards? Because obviously there are 12 other teams here. Well, still 2 to qualify from the BYOC. Who do you think your big threats are going to be going forwards? It feels like you've got a bit of not a rivalry, but you keep seeming to find Very Games in these finals.
Yeah, Very Games will always be a tough contender versus us. They're a really good team. They were awesome in Source as well, and they seem to do really well against other Source teams that switched to CSGO. But other than the Very Games, we have, like you said, we have a lot of good teams here. Yeah. I think the Target Down might do well. And then we have a lot of teams that we actually never played against, like the Danish teams, for example, 3D Max and Nexus. And people seem to think, or they seem to know that they're going to be performing really well as well. So I think it's going to be up to how well they cope at the event, and also like which one has the better day.
So you don't have anybody you expect to be in the final against?
I kind of want to say someone else than Very Games, but I think that it's going to be Very Games. I think that they're one of those teams that's always going to be performing. I mean, just look at Source. They never had a bad event, except for that one time when they actually switched a bunch of people. So I think that we're going to see Very Games go far and probably in the finals.
Yeah. Okay, well, they had one bad event in 3 years on Source, so yeah. Okay, so you've won ESWC 2 weeks ago. You won Inferno Online before that. You seem to be lining up these victories. I mean, what do you have that makes it so that, you know, hardly any other team can touch you guys at the moment? And how long is it going to last? How long can you keep this winning streak alive for at these tournaments?
Well, I mean, I think that we're one of the most dedicated teams out there at the moment. People seem to think that it's only because we have really strong individual players, which is also true. I mean, we have Get Right Forest, Exist, and Freiburg, which are, you know, top aimers, and we seem to people seem to think that we rely on pure aim and just running around shooting. But I mean, we put in a lot of effort and a lot of thought in what we're doing as well. So I'm not sure that people seem to think that, you know, watching a CS:GO demo of us on a map will, you know, instantly make us worse. But as far as we're concerned, I think it was the same for ESWC. They had maybe 1 or 2 demos, and this is the first event where they actually had, you know, CS:GO demos from all the matches that we played. So I think we're going to see a tougher brackets and a tougher LAN overall. But hopefully we'll end up winning.
Okay. And how did you prepare for this tournament? Because you guys must be wary that every time you scrim Very Games, you know, online at home, you're kind of giving things away, or they're getting used to how you play. So is it tough to find people to just scrim against and practice against over here in Europe, I guess?
Well, we actually never practice against Very Games for a lot of reasons. Yeah. But we actually never practiced versus them online. We just play. I think we played them last time, which was the Thor qualifier a couple of days ago. Yeah. But you can clearly see that, you know, they're really focused on LAN. They don't really care if they lost that match. If you watch the game, you will see that they actually saved a lot of stuff. Yeah. I really don't think that we won 16-6 by them playing 100%. As far as everyone else is concerned, people seem to not want to play us before events. There's a lot of teams out there that, you know, feel the need not to play us. I'm not really sure why. I mean, if you think about it, if let's say I'm top 10 in the world and I get to practice against the #1 team in the world currently, you can only learn things, which is something that people seem to not think about. Yeah. The only thing they think about is like, okay, well, we don't want to play them. They might steal, or they might look at what we're doing and whatnot. But we're actually one of the few teams that actually watch demos at home from other teams. We just play our game, and so far it's been working well. Okay.
Sure. And just, I'm worried that you guys are looking to leave, so I'll wrap things up. You guys have been talking to Valve. I think at the last event you were talking to Valve quite a lot, kind of guiding them on what you'd like to see changed about Global Offensive. How do you feel about, because obviously you've come from a Source background, you've got a lot of 1.6 players on your team. How do you feel, because it still is a Source engine, it's getting there, you know, they nerfed the Molotov last week. What kind of big changes do you think are left to be made before Global Offensive is, well, I guess it'll never be complete. What improvements can they make from this point?
I think right now there's just like some minor stuff. You know, people seem to complain, and like people seem to complain about that it's not 1.6. Yeah. No, it's not. It's really not. And I mean, people seem to compare it to Source as well. Yeah. It's based on the Source engine, but that's pretty much it. You know, they changed almost everything about the game. Yeah. So it's not like it's close to Source either. As far as changes, you know, there's always something that you can improve. And we as a team, we're pretty quick on, you know, letting Valve know, and I'm sure that there's a lot of other teams that's also doing the same, you know, on what we feel should be changed, and then obviously it's up to them if they want to change it or not. Yeah. I think at the moment, if they need to change something, it would just be minor bugs. Sometimes you end up stuck in a wall or whatnot, and but
keeps things interesting.
Yeah, exactly. But we like the game. I mean, we don't really, we're not the kind of team that just goes in and complain about everything. You know, like this is the new game, we're playing it. If something needs to be fixed, we will try and let Valve know, and you know, they can look into it. But other than that, I think that the game is actually running pretty well.
Okay. Right, I will let you go. Lastly but not least, any shoutouts?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, obviously, SteelSeries, Thor, BenQ, obviously NiP Gaming.
If in doubt, check the shirt.
Yeah, exactly. No, and also Telia, as well as Heaton and the management. And just a big shout out to the American guys over there watching. I know that we've been playing some ESEA on the American servers. Oh, yeah. I haven't had the pleasure yet, but I know that Forrest, Freiburg, Exist, and GetRight has been playing quite a lot. And we like the attention, but it's not like we go in and just go for it for the fun of it. I mean, we respect all the players out there, and it's fun for us to see that people in America can acknowledge a team like us in Europe, even though we're country runner or the best team in the world. It's always nice, and we're going to try and keep doing that as well.
Okay. One final question based on that. You have been invited to ESEA's Season 13. Obviously, the top 4 teams fly to Dallas, maybe. The LAN final is going to be in America in March, potentially. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, we are really looking forward to it. I mean, as far as for us, like, we lost 2 maps in total as a team, and those have both been online. So obviously, like, our online skills, or it's not really up to par. It's really hard to play online, but hopefully we're going to advance, and we'll see you guys in Dallas.
Awesome. Right. Robin, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and good luck with the brackets on Saturday, right? Friday. Okay, Friday evening. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Stay tuned to ESEAnews.com for full coverage, starting now, basically. Thanks.